Hi everybody, I'm Sneha Ravi, a first year PGP student at IIM Trichy. My roll number is 1601046. I'm going to be speaking about a concept that has emerged at the turn of the 20th century and is becoming increasingly popular in present day India: consumerism. From an economic perspective, consumerism is an ideology that encourages the consumers to shop for both goods and services in an ever increasing manner. On the other hand, more so from a political perspective, it is about consumer awareness. Consumerism is a concept that consumers should be informed decision makers while making purchase decisions. The idea is to protect consumers from dangerous and inferior merchandise, false or misleading advertisements, unfair trade practices, monopolistic and restrictive trade, adulteration, denied after sales service, and sale of substandard goods. The journey towards consumer empowerment in India started in 1969 when a bunch of Mumbai housewives started complaining about the poor quality of goods then. It took a shape of revolution at later stage, and one day our parliament passed an act for the welfare of consumers, the Consumer Protection Act of 1986. Consumerism, the word that symbolized a political movement to ensure consumer protection, is now encompassing a new meaning: the belief that personal well being and happiness depend to a great extent on the level of personal consumption. A consumerist society is one where people devote a great deal of time to thinking about consumption, where consumption is good and more the better. In the book Contemporary American Society by David E. Nye, the author talks about consumerism in the American context. He says, the United States is an example of a hyper-consumerist society. People are constantly bombarded with advertisements urging them to buy things. The average child aged 2 to 11 sees over 25,000 ads on television a year, while the average adults see 52,500. This means that children in the United States spend over a week of their lives every year, which is approximately 10,700 minutes, watching television advertisements. Adults spend over 2 weeks a year in the same activity. Such advertisements promote not simply specific products, but also a vision of the good life and what it takes to be happy. Shopping is experienced by many people as an exciting and recreational activity. People go deeply into debt in order to buy things beyond basic necessities: a larger house, a giant television, a fancy car. These are all the hallmarks of a society within which consumption is at the center of life. Now, you might ask, why is this a problem? People who can afford it have the liberty to choose ways to spend the money they earn. One problem is environmental sustainability. Our planet simply does not have the resources to handle the American level of consumption. This is not just the case in America. India is also witnessing rising consumption as a result of rising incomes and free trade. India is touted to be the bird of gold in the world consumer market. This would come as good news to corporates and citizens, with the majority of the population shifting classes as a result of better jobs and income increases consumption. In the euphoria of growth and rising standards of living, one must not forget some problems consumerism gives birth to, like time scarcity that gives way to stress. Hyper-consumerism leads to less fulfilling and meaningful lives than does a less manically consumption-oriented way of life. For an Indian that aspires to see its country rich but also prosperous, the focus of the polity and market should not be just to increase growth by way of increasing demand, but also to create a balance in society by ensuring the well-being and health of its citizens by promoting a balanced lifestyle. Thank you.